Honorable Consul General Edgar B. Badajos, the energetic and dynamic PCG officials, to OCL leaders, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. With great pride and honor, I am here to introduce to you a guest speaker for today's occasion. Our guest speaker tonight is a native of Benguet Abra under the Cordillera Administrative Region. He came from an OFW family. 3 of his older brothers were among the first wave of OFWs who came to work in Saudi Arabia in the late 70s. They work at Aramco and AT&T in Eastern Province, particularly in Al-Kubar and Jubail. In his speech during the first meetup with the community leaders here in Jeddah, he said, "Ang mga kapatid ko ang sumuporta na nagpaaral sa akin nang mamatay ang aming mga magulang. Ang panganay namin ang siya naming naging tatay, kaya malaki ang respeto ko sa mga OFW dahil hindi biro ang kanilang mga trabaho na nakikipagsapalaran sa ibang bansa para sa kanilang mga mahal sa buhay." He is a product of University of the Philippines. He obtained his Bachelor of Laws in 1998. He had become the person he is now because of the virtues and values that was developed and nurtured in him during his education at the University of the Philippines. His previous foreign assignments include the Philippine Consulate General in Toronto, Canada, as Vice Consul from 2000 to 2003. The Philippine Consulate General in New York as Vice Consul, then Consul from 2003 to 2007, and the Philippine Embassy in Bangkok, Thailand, as Minister and Consul General and Deputy Permanent Representative to the United Nations Economic and Social Commission for Asian and the Pacific UNESCO from 2009 to 2015. Prior to this posting in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, he served as Director of the Political Security Division of the Office of ASEAN Affairs of the Department of Foreign Affairs. He then led a Philippine delegation in negotiations related to the Code of Conduct of parties in the South China Sea during the Philippine chairmanship of ASEAN 2017. He assumed his post as Consul General of the Philippine Consulate General in Jeddah on February 14, 2018. Recently, he got promoted to the rank of Chief of Mission Class 2. Coupled with an impressive background, it was not therefore surprising that he became devoted public servant. Without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our guest speaker tonight, our Consul General, Honorable Edgar B. Badajos. Mary Castiel, please step.
Okay, so I heard that you actually started this program way back in 2013, and I was just so sad to know that at that time talaga daw nasaktan si Roby, kaya palang ngayon single pa rin, hindi naka-move on. But I'm just so happy to know that since then you have expanded the program to include many other courses, including dressmaking, massage therapy, of course computer literacy, many others. This is very important because we know what is happening, not just in Saudi Arabia but in other parts of the world. We have not fully recovered economically, not just in the Philippines, but in other parts of the world. In Saudi Arabia, of course, you have the issue about Saudization, dependence levy. So sooner or later, more and more Filipinos have to go back to the Philippines and reintegrate in Philippine society. And the question at the back of your mind, I'm sure, to many of you is, what do you do then when you go back to the Philippines? Diba? Buti sana kung katulad kay ni Rani Constantino, meron siyang farm sa Maragondon, di ba? Or ni Cabeni Legazpi, meron siyang resort sa Samar, di ba? But we are not all like Rani and Cabeni. We are just ordinary Filipinos earning our living day to day, di ba? So therefore, the big question at the back of the minds of everybody, I'm sure, is what will I do when I go back to the Philippines? Huh? You know, when I was in Congress, I was working in Congress. I was quite lucky to have worked for Speaker Mitra. You know, Speaker Ramon Mitra. So I was one of the coordinators of Speaker Mitra. And one day he gave me cash money. For some reason, I didn't question anymore where he got it. Sabi niya, "O Ed, ito, pera mo, bili mo, whatever you wanna do with it." Okay? So what did I do? At that time, yung computer, nagsisimula pa lang. I won't mention the year anymore. You will get to know my age. I'm sure I'm as young as many of you here. So he gave me money, and the first thing I thought was, because I was doing a lot of paperwork research for so many people studying who would like to submit a thesis without them doing anything. So I'd write their thesis. I was a ghostwriter for so many. So I bought a computer that what we would call before the XT model. Diba? Floppy disk pa yun. Diba? Floppy disk. Sinong gumagamit pa ng floppy disk dito? Si Kaveri. Okay? So, floppy disk. And before I knew it, yung floppy disk ko hindi na magamit kasi napalitan na ng... Hindi, yung
maliit pa.
Hindi pa USB yun, yung medyo squarish.
3.5.
Micro.
Disket, yan, napalitan na. So, nag-shift din ako doon. Then after a year or so, I found out, antiquated na rin yung aking disk. So I had to buy a USB. Diba? And now you have all these kinds of improvements. And you could see the speed of development, improvements in the world of computers. The word that I'm trying to arrive at is upgrade. Upgrading. This is a very common term in the computer world, hindi ba? You need to upgrade your software, your hardware. Why? What happens if you don't upgrade? Alam ni Dean Haro yan. What happens, Dean Haro, if you don't upgrade your software, your hardware? Could you tell us what will happen? You will be left behind, you will become obsolete, hindi ba? Your programs won't be read anymore by other programs. Your computer will not be able to interoperate with other computers. You will be rendered irrelevant, di ba? Also, yung system mo will be vulnerable to malware attacks kasi hindi na upgraded, hindi ba? Now, the point that I'm trying to drive at is in life, ladies and gentlemen, we also need to constantly upgrade our skills. If before, what you only know is to operate the Microsoft Word, maybe you need to upgrade. You have to also study how to use the Excel and other programs. Mag-AutoCAD ka rin, di ba? Kung ang ginagamit mo ay slide rule pa rin hanggang ngayon, maybe it's time for you to upgrade, to level up. I was quite amused by what Karani said kanina kay Romy. Uy, nag-upgrade ka na ng yung entertainment. Before, kundi man lang. Ngayon rap. Ngayon rap na ang ginagamit mo. That's upgrading. You know, the importance of upgrading. Upgrading, in other words, in another term is called also self-improvement. Diba? Self-improvement. You have to keep improving yourself. Your technical know-how, your knowledge. Because if you don't, you get left behind in this race called life. Diba? Mapapag-iwanan ka, then suddenly you find yourself, oops, I cannot be employed anymore. Diba? Nobody will hire me because I don't know anything. Or you may know something, but what you know is already outdated. Diba? And then for this reason, I would like really to commend the group of Karomi, Dinaro, all the teachers who comprise the Filcom for offering this kind of program, because you're actually what I would call enablers. You enable many members of the Philip community to cope with what? With lightning speed developments around us, di ba? Because without this coping mechanism that you help them acquire, it'll be very difficult for them to integrate meaningfully with Saudi society, and also when they go back to the Philippines, it will be very difficult for them to also reintegrate within Philippine society, diba? And this what makes your program really very important and very significant. You're not only giving a chance to those who are enrolling to improve themselves, you're also filling a gap, as you mentioned in your program. You are filling a gap in a space that the Philippine government is unable to do, not that because we don't want to do it, but because of certain strictures in Saudi society, di ba? So this is very important. In other words, helping our fellow Filipinos in Saudi Arabia, in other parts of the world, it is a joint venture. It's a joint effort between the Philippine government, our Philippine consulate, and groups like Filcom, So we thank you very much for what you are doing. In closing, the word upgrading can actually be related to one of what Mr. Stephen Covey says as one of the good habits of a good manager. What is that habit? The good habit is you keep sharpening your sword, lagare. You keep sharpening it. Because if you don't, pupurol yan, and then it'll be useless already. Right? So you keep sharpening yourself. You keep improving your knowledge. You keep developing your technical know-how, because that is the only way that you can cope with all these fast-paced developments taking place around you. You are essentially what you are and what you can become because of what you create for yourself. Nobody can make what you are going to become. Nobody else. Things around you will improve and develop, not because things around you will improve and develop automatically. Things will improve because of the improvement that you will make for yourself. Okay? So therefore, improving oneself in improving your environment starts from ourselves. And starting from ourselves means we need to take continuously self-improvement classes, self-development courses, just like what Filcom, under the leadership of Mr. Romy Capili, Dean Haro, and all the teachers are doing. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I again congratulate all our graduates today. You have made the right decision by enrolling in this course. You took the right step, you tumalon kayo. You made the right step. You are in the right direction. And by doing so, therefore, you can face the future, at least the immediate future, with greater confidence, hindi ba? You can now tell yourself, okay, whatever happens starting today, whatever happens starting tomorrow or next week or next month or next year, I am ready. I am ready because of the tool that Filcom has provided me. So with that, maraming salamat, Romy. Maraming salamat, Haro. And to all the supporters of Filcom, more power to all of you. And to the Filipino community, let's continue supporting each other and helping each other, because no one else will help but ourselves. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Ed Badaos, for that exhilarating and inspiring message, not only for the graduates, but to all of us who are here right now.